Hello, my fellow wholehearted high achievers. Welcome to Hang with Hang. In today's videos, I am going to share with you how to effectively deal with fear of rejection. Now, this video is going to be helpful for those of you who is very sensitive to rejection, so much that your first tendency is to act tough and reject the other person first before you get rejected. It is understandable. Who like the feeling of being rejected anyway, right? And the degree of the pain that you feel I think, is all depend on how sensitive you are, how deeply you love, and how deeply you care. Because the more you care, the more you love, the more you have a tendency to feel the pain. And the more you have a tendency to feel the pain, the more you want to naturally want to do things to protect your sensitive heart. And fear of rejection or a reaction to it is a form of that. So I want you to know that it's okay. It doesn't make you a horrible and a bad person. But what you can do is identify it, learn from it, and deal with it in a way that's serving you. What I discovered for myself, and through the journey of helping others, in order to break this cycle, it's important that you identify the pain that you're running away from. And this is the common thing that I discover. The most common pain is the pain of the fear of being judged harshly by the other person, because there's a vulnerability underneath it. We're afraid to be judged harshly, so then we start judging other people harshly, but ultimately that judgment comes into our own self. And these are the 5 things that I wrote down this week in the reflection of myself, and maybe you can relate to this. Personally, I don't like it when I'm being judged harshly of me being needy, being desperate, being weak, being greedy, and being selfish. Who want to be judged that, right? But because of that, the natural tendency is we want to judge other people that. But it's coming down to self-judgment, guys. So if that is the case for you, my invitation for you is to identify those things. If the 5 things I'm listed to you, that you can go ahead and shift it, that I'm going to show you. Otherwise, you can add more things. Is if you happen to be the person that judge yourself so harshly when you're needy, my invitation is to understand that there's a reason why you feel needy, because there are needs that are not being met currently or in the past. And chances are there's a lot of unresolved need in the past that you're not been fulfilled by your parents. So then when you're in this current grown-up relationship, you reacted into that little child that's scared, right? So that's 1. And 2, if you happen to judge yourself harshly for feeling desperate, you don't want to be desperate, so then you attack first, then I want you to understand that part of being human is for you to feel. So desperation is just part of the range of human feeling. If you get to feel victorious at some moment in your life, it's reasonable for you to also feel the bottom end of it. It just makes you human. So give yourself the honesty, give the honesty to allow of desperation. 3rd, if you are the person who judge yourself harshly on being weak, it's a bad thing, it's a horrible thing, then my invitation to you is to shift that into vulnerability. Because it takes real strength and courage to be vulnerable, to be true to how you really feel, how you really love, and how you really hurt. And that's tough. I get it. And I get emotional talking about it right now. And number 4, if you happen to judge yourself harshly for being greedy, this is my invitation for you. If you feel the sense of greedy, it's simply that you have desire, that you're not giving you space to desire, to want thing, to want an amazing relationship, to want money, to want to make impact. Allow yourself to have that desire, to have that space, and shift that. And last but not least, number 5. Number 5 is number today. If you happen to judge yourself harshly for being selfish because you're kind-hearted, right? You want to do things for other people, I get it. Shift it to a form of boundary. The reason why you have a need to be selfish is simply because you probably need to have healthy boundary to take care of yourself. So then ultimately you can take care of people. So interesting how fear of rejection leads to all these things, right? And those are the general pain underneath that. Just remember, if you happen to judge people and you don't like people to judge you, it's because you happen to judge yourself. So, and because of that, you have a chance to change, to shift it like I just shared with you. And by doing that, I believe it's going to be a game changer for you and a game changer for your current relationship and your potential relationship. Because you're not going to be running away from it. You're going to lean into opportunity. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your heart with me and listening to me. If you feel resonant with these videos, please subscribe and share it to people who you think can be helpful. As always, you've got love, my friend. Big hug from Hawaii.